Okay, hear me out. Louisville, Kentucky is not one of the biggest cities or the most famous cities, but to me, it's one of the best cities in the entire world. And by the end of this video, I think you might agree with me. In today's video, I'm going to tell you the top 10 reasons why I absolutely love living in Louisville, Kentucky. Coming in at number 10 is we have 4 distinct seasons. Now, if you haven't lived in a place where there are 4 seasons, you might not totally understand this, but there is something truly unique and special about having the opportunity to change with the weather. I think it really impacts your mood, your emotions, your outlook on life, and I love to go through the ritual and rhythm every year of the 4 seasons changing. Right now, we're in the midst of fall, and I absolutely love looking out at all the beautiful colors and seeing the leaves change and feeling that crisp, cool morning air. Of course, the winter is a little bit depressing and dreary, but that gives you so much to look forward to in spring. And when we finally do have the lush green landscape coming back and the dogwood trees blooming in spring, it just changes your whole atmosphere and outlook on life. So I love the rhythm of having 4 changing seasons. Number 9 is it's easy to get around. Now, I've had many people relocate here, and they're always asking me about commute times. The average commute time here in Louisville is 26 minutes. That's during rush hour traffic. So really, to get around the city during non-rush hour times, a long drive in Louisville is 20 to 25 minutes. And when people ask me about how long is it to get from here to there, I always say it's about 20 minutes because it seems like you can get to almost all of where you need to be in Louisville in 20 minutes or less. It's also conveniently located right kind of, in this central part of the United States. So you'll have really easy access to other, regions. Our airport is really easy to access. It has flights to many different parts of the United States. Now, if they don't have all the direct flights, you definitely will be able to find a connection to get to where you need to go. But it's a very easy airport to navigate. I typically don't have any problems flying in and out of Louisville. And then, of course, if you need to get out of town for a weekend getaway, we have a lot of fun cities within driving distance. Nashville, Asheville, Pigeon Forge area. You can get to Cincinnati, Columbus, Ohio, Indianapolis, St. Louis. We're kind of in between all of these areas. So you have a lot of fun weekend spots to visit. Reason number 8 is the affordable cost of living. Now, you might be thinking she says this in all of her videos, but seriously, the cost of living here is so much better in comparison to other of our U.S. cities. The median sales price of a home here in Louisville sits right around $275,000, whereas in Nashville, which is just 2.5 or 3 hours away, the median sales price is closer to $500,000. The amount of home that you can get for your money here is so much more than so many other places in the United States. With helping so many relocation buyers, they often feel like they're getting a luxurious mansion here in Kentucky in comparison to where they're coming from. Not only that, it's not that difficult to get a modern apartment in Nulu or something in Clifton or Crescent Hill for under $1,400 a month. Those are really fun places to rent and be able to walk to restaurants and bars. So you have a lot of options for affordable housing here in Louisville, Kentucky. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so you'll stay up to date on all things Louisville, Kentucky in real estate. I'm Katie Skeen, your Louisville, Kentucky real estate expert. Every single day, I'm getting calls, texts, emails, and Zoom invites from people just like you who are looking to make the move to the Louisville, Kentucky area. So if that's you, go ahead and drop down into the description of this video. All of my contact information is there. And seriously, I would really be honored and appreciate if you would reach out to me. I'm here to help you and guide you every step of the way. Reason number 7 is all the beautiful parks that we have here in Louisville. Now, I think after living here for 13 years, I start to take this for granted, but we truly have so much green space within the city of Louisville in comparison to other mid-major cities. I'm going to mention 3 of my favorite parks to you. The first is Cherokee Park, and it was designed by Frederick Law Olmsted. It's our own little central park, just like New York City has. It's our central park here in Louisville. And I can't believe when you go there how much you don't feel like you're in the city. There's hiking and biking and nature trails, and there's a 2.2-mile scenic loop. It is incredibly beautiful to walk that path in the spring, in the fall. And then, of course, it's right in the city. You don't have to travel that far to get there. I also want to note the Parklands park system. This is a privately owned park. It covers many, many acres of Jefferson County. And if you're wanting to do a longer hike or maybe a canoeing kind of adventure or fishing, things like that, a little bit more involved, then you can check out the Parklands park system. And then we're also known for Jefferson Memorial Forest. It's one of the biggest urban forests that we have, and it's a great place to camp and to hike as well. So I love all of the opportunities for these parks and outdoor recreation. Reason number 6 is the food scene. And I'm not just talking about bourbon balls and a hot brown. We have truly unique and special restaurants here in Louisville, Kentucky. We have a lot of chef-driven and chef-owned restaurants. We have a lot of restaurants coming to town where they're piloting and testing out different concepts for restaurants. We have so many local options that when we moved here, we were used to going to all chain restaurants. When I used to live in Florida, my favorite restaurant was Carrabba's. Nothing against Carrabba's. I love Carrabba's. But I can't tell you the last time that I went to Carrabba's because there's so many local restaurants here that I love to go to that the chain restaurants have just kind of faded into the background. So if you love to eat out, if you love foodie adventures, if you like trying new types of cuisines, that is truly such a fun thing about living here. Now, if you're wondering about some of my top recommendations for my favorite restaurants here in Louisville, be sure to watch my video about the hottest restaurants in Louisville, Kentucky. Reason number 5 is the people. Now, they say there's this perfect blend of Midwest friendliness and Southern charm, and it's kind of blended together right here in Louisville. If you're coming from a major metropolitan city, I think this is definitely going to stand out to you. But when you're in line at Kroger or at Heine Brothers, people might try to talk to you, so don't be alarmed. They're just being friendly. And it's a really great place to get involved, to build a community, to build incredible relationships with other people. That's been my experience here. Reason number 4 is the local pride. Now, whether it's the best cup of coffee in Louisville or the best bourbon, we have so many things that we're very excited about here and that we have a real sense of pride in what our community offers. You'll hear phrases like keep Louisville weird. And I think Louisvillians truly mean it when they say it, that we have these unique cultural norms here that we're really proud of, and we hope that you'll be proud of them too. Reason number 3 is a strong sense of community. Now, we see this especially in so many various neighborhoods, whether it's the local farmers market in your neighborhood that you visit every Saturday during the season, or it's a fall festival, or it's a biking event. Each neighborhood and community really tries to offer things for all different ages and types of people that they would be interested in to try to build this community among their residents. Reason number 2 that I love living here is there is always something to do. Like seriously, it can be overwhelming sometimes, but when you think about what we have here, just in this, mid-major city of Louisville, Kentucky, we have the Kentucky Derby, which is the most famous and exciting horse race in all of the United States. We have Thunder over Louisville, which is a huge firework show and celebration leading up to that Derby festival. We love to make a big deal and a big festival for the 2 weeks leading up to Derby. We have all of the music festivals like Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life. We have Waterfront Wednesdays, which goes through spring and summer every Wednesday down in Waterfront Park. They're going to have live music. So there's never ending options of things to do here. You will not get bored. You probably will need to put up boundaries and actually say no to some of the things that there's so much. Even things like the St. James Art Fair are so much fun to experience and to go see all of those vendors. I think of Crescent Hill at the 4th of July. I love going there. There's always so many fun things going on. Now, here in a second, I'm going to tell you the number 1 reason why I love living in Louisville, Kentucky. But before I do that, I wanted to make sure you were aware of my free resource called the Relocation Roadmap. If you look down into the video description, you're going to see a link for it there. It's a completely free guide that I made for people just like you who are thinking about relocating to the Louisville, Kentucky area. I remember what it was like to relocate here 13 years ago. I was really overwhelmed. I didn't know where to get started, and I wish that I would have had this resource to break down this overwhelming idea of moving to Louisville into a simple step-by-step process. So if that's you, it's a free guide and resource for you. I made it to be a help and a blessing to you. So go ahead and download that free relocation roadmap. Reason number one, I absolutely love living in Louisville, Kentucky, is that it still feels like home. 13 years of living here, and I feel like I'm known. I feel like I'm part of a community, and that's really what it's all about. You want to feel like you're a part of something and have those types of relationships in your life. That's really important. So no matter how much the city grows, I still feel a personal connection here, even as much as the lady who is my cashier at Aldi, she has been checking me out there for probably 10 years. I know her by name. She knows my children by name. She's seen my kids grow up. And it's all of those types of personal touches across my day, being involved at my kids' school and having relationships there, having relationships within my community and my church. It's really the people and the community and the sense of belonging that makes it such a privilege and a joy to live here. Well, I don't know. Did I convince you that Louisville is the absolute best? If you live in Louisville, go ahead and tell us in the comments what's your favorite thing about living here. And if you're thinking about relocating, tell us in the comments what reason you think is most appealing to you. Well, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.